Something wrong? Oh, but carrots don't grow overnight. It takes time and watering.
Bill watered the seeds while George was in the city. But George took good care of them every weekend. Too bitter. This one better go back in the ground. George explained that this was his garden, not a squirrel nut spot. Back in the city, George couldn't stop thinking about his carrots. Finally, after what felt like 66 days, because it was, George had 3 full-grown carrots.
Those look ready to pull, George.
George wished he hadn't bitten this one when it was small.
Wow, that's a perfect carrot.
George showed his carrot to Mrs. Rinkins.
Now, this looks like a prize winner. Let's find out if it tastes as good as it looks, huh? I'll go get a knife.
His carrot was too perfect to eat. He planned to keep it forever.
Boy, that sure looks delicious.
George needed something he could put the carrot in for safekeeping. A perfect carrot deserved something better than an old shoe.
George, is that my telescope? Oh, okay.
George wanted to show his carrot to Bill.
Hi, George. Bill's not here. His bunnies got loose 2 days ago and he hasn't been able to find them. If you see them, tell Bill right away. They won't stay in one place for very long. Brownie, Spotty, Herbert, Nenninger! Whitey! Black ears? Huh?
Those looked like bunny tracks. George found them. They were cold, afraid, and very hungry. He had to tell Bill. But bunnies won't stay in one place. What if they weren't here when he got back? He couldn't carry them all. But he could carry them home in this. But it wasn't a 5-bunny case. They needed to eat. And if they were eating, they might stay put. But it wasn't going to be easy to part with his carrot. This was the hardest decision he ever had to make. but it was for bunnies. He had to get Bill before they finished eating.
If you hadn't gotten him to stay still, I don't think I ever would have found him.
The perfect carrot was gone, but it was a carroty hero.
Huh. Something new is growing. Maybe a bird dropped some seeds there. If it's more carrots, can we eat one this time?
Nothing makes dusk special like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And a lightning bug chase. And nothing slams the brakes on fun like some strange cat eating your sandwich. This was one weird cat, but it needed to know whose food that was. George didn't know what just happened, but he knew it stunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you mean a skunk? Mm-hmm. If it's about the size of a cat with a bigger tail, that smell and nocturnal... Nocturnal. Oh, sorry, that means it comes out at night. If it's all those things, that's a skunk. Oh, you won't smell bad forever. Tomato juice gets the smell out.
To prevent getting smelled up again, George created an anti-skunk tool. This time he'd scare that skunk so it would stay far away from him.
Oh, this must have frightened it. Skunks only spray that smell when they're scared, and loud noises scare them. Yeah, if you see it again, George, run inside until it passes, okay?
The next night, George brought tools to help him spot the skunk.
Hi, George. I'm closing this hole because the skunk's been staying under the house. Don't worry, it's not in there now. Phew. You shouldn't do that. Skunks are scared of bright light, you know. Take a bath in tomato juice.
Wow. Well, good thing we're going back to the city tomorrow. We're out of tomato juice.
At the end of the night, the skunk was tired, but it found its old sleeping place sealed up. This looked like a dark, cozy, excellent place to sleep all day.
Now, where did I leave that basket?
Shh!
We don't want to wake the neighbors.
Welcome home. Have a relaxing weekend in the country?
He got skunked.
3 times? Say, tomato juice gets the smell out.
Say, George, would you bring that up to the apartment while we get the rest of the bags out of the car?
Aw, you can relax now, George. There are no skunks in the city.
George almost screamed. What if it woke up? How could he keep it calm? Soothing music. George rushed to show it to the man with the yellow hat. Then he realized he forgot something.
George, what's wrong?
Someone left that in the elevator.
George, did we bring the skunk home in the basket? We have to catch it without scaring it, or, you know.
Oh, we can't let that happen. Split up! Catch that skunk!
The skunk was pretty confused to wake up in a strange new place, and it really wanted breakfast.
No, stop! Come back! You're caught! Oh, boy.
Stop! I'm organizing one elevator trip for all the floors to cut down chances of scaring the skunk. Skunk? Shh! Don't do that! Right. Sorry.
When that skunk finished eating, it would have no choice of where to go.
The coast is skunk clear.
Okay, going down.
Wait for me!
Zubul, don't frighten it.
Oh, this is Jeffrey. He's a domesticated skunk. He's odorless.
Ah, so that's the skunk that George saw.
Wait till George finds out we were all worried about nothing.
George's plan was working. In another second, that skunk would be captured by monkey ingenuity.
George, you didn't see a wild skunk? Oh, yes, you did.
Don't anyone move!
She's happy. As long as nothing scares her, we're okay.
That ends our program of mellow jazz. And now, highlights from the 1812 Overture.
Oh no.
Huh? When you live in a city, you see all different kinds of buildings. Tall ones and short ones, square ones and curvy ones. But of all the buildings in the city, George's favorite was the George and Steve Super Skyscraping Skyscraper Tower.
Hey, that's cute. You two are almost as good at building as bees are.
Bees could build things? Where'd they find tools that small?
Come on, I'll show you. What is that? Honeycomb. It's what bees make inside a beehive. Bees build hives to lay their eggs and to store pollen and honey. Wait a minute. You mean all that gooey stuff in there is honey? See those cells? Bees make those with wax from their own bodies. Isn't that amazing? It's a marvel of engineering.
An engineering marvel that smelled marvelously delicious.
Today is Earth Day, and I'm doing my Junior Farmer's Earth Day speech on honeybees. You want to hear it? If we say yes, can we have honey? Maybe. Okay. Bees are amazing creatures. They build hives in trees mostly. Thousands of bees can live there. All the other bees follow a queen. She's the biggest bee, and there's only one in a hive. Every bee has a job. Drones mate with the queen, but worker bees go from flower to flower getting nectar and pollen to make honey. Have you heard a word I've said? Honey and stuff. You want to try a taste? Oh, my ballet class. Gotta run. Be back around 5.
Woohoo! Thank you, Betsy. I'll just have a little. Oh, man, that is good. Try some. This is too delicious. Okay, one last little slice and then I'm done. We ate Betsy's honeycomb, and she needs it for her speech. Oh, what are we gonna do? Good thinking, George. We'll buy more honeycomb. Let's go. Do you have honeycomb? Honeycomb? Why does no one have honeycomb? Hey, I know. In Betsy's picture, the hive was in a tree, right? The park is full of trees. Maybe there's a beehive in one of them. Let's go. Be careful. Bees can sting. They might not like you touching their hive.
George couldn't find a hive. But he found something almost as good.
An Earth Day celebration? Good thinking, George. Maybe they have bee things here.
Howdy. Buster Beesman's the name, but you can call me Buzz.
Honeycomb. We need honeycomb.
Sorry, fella. Just sold the last one.
No!
Oh, this is a beehive. I built it from scratch.
A beehive? It didn't look anything like the beehive in Betsy's picture.
It's a little different than hives bees build for themselves, but bees make honeycomb in it just the same. This top box is called a shallow super. The bees make honeycomb in it. This deeper box is where the queen bee lives and lays her eggs. And this grid makes sure she stays in the right box so you don't wind up with bee eggs in your honey. My brochure tells you all about it.
And then George realized if they couldn't find honeycomb, he'd just have to make it.
George, you're a genius! We build a hive, bees show up, get busy with the wax, make some honeycomb, and bing, bang, boom, Betsy's presentation is good as new.
The bees don't really just show up. Usually you have to buy them.
Well, sure, if you've got some boring old hive, but we'll make our hive extra special grade. That way bees will move in right away. Bye, Buzz.
Good luck with your hive.
Okay, you build the basics. I'll design the bling. You know, cool stuff so bees will show up quicker.
George needed 5 different parts. A lid, a shallow box, some frames, a grid, and a deeper box. Trouble was, Betsy would be home from dance class in 2 hours. He didn't have time to make boxes from scratch.
Whoops, broke my lead. Hey, George, do you have a pencil sharpener?
And then George realized he didn't need to build boxes. The apartment was full of them. They were called drawers. Now to put everything together.
Too bad you don't have a bunch of drawers that fit together. Maybe I should make a model of the beehive. Do you have any scissors?
He did have drawers that fit together. And they came with their own lid. Kitchen cabinets were practically a one-stop shopping spot for beehive parts.
Good work, George. What do we use for frames?
That was a good question. And George had a good answer. They didn't call them frames for nothing. George was just missing one part. But not for long.
Fantastic! Now let's put in my improvements. Indoor swimming pool, bowling alley, game room, moon bounce, golf course, movie theater. Oh no, you're right, it's late. Let's drop this at Aunt Margaret's. Then we better work extra hard to drum up bees. Okay, George. So, how do we drum up bees?
Betsy said bees go from flower to flower. Maybe if their hive had flowers, the bees would move in.
Come on, bees. Betsy will be here any minute. Ah! Betsy! You're... Is this what I think it is? Wait, Betsy, I can explain. See, you said have a taste. So we... just the tiniest slice. And it was yum. And then... where'd it go? So we tried to buy you more, but everyone was out, so we built you a hive instead. You guys, you've done a lot of things, but this is absolutely, by far, the best present you've ever given me. It is? But we ate your honeycomb. What? Oh no, that piece of honeycomb was for you. I've got lots more. What? Oh, show me how this works. I want to use it in my Earth Day presentation. Sure.
Betsy had a hive. Steve and George had more honeycomb. Everyone was happy. Well, almost everyone.
George was conducting an important experiment. Testing the bounce factor of the living room furniture. This part of the couch made a different sound. That wasn't the couch. It sounded big. It sounded heavy. And it came from up there. You must have heard our new neighbor walking around. He moved in last week.
What George had heard seemed heavier than footsteps.
What are you doing? George, you must have heard our neighbor walking. That's all it could be. It's not like he's got some wild animal up there.
The man with the yellow hat lived with George, so why couldn't the new neighbor live with an animal? But what kind? Of course, the new neighbor had brought home an elephant. The man with the yellow hat had to hear this.
George? You dreamt about an elephant? Oh, no more nature books before you go to sleep, George. They're obviously giving you strange dreams. This is better bedtime reading. The Happy Sleepy Monkey. Good night.
This new sound certainly wasn't an elephant walking around. It was an elephant that was doing what?
Oh, boy, I didn't sleep at all last night.
George never realized there were so many sounds in the world. He'd never listened hard enough. That was the balcony to the apartment upstairs, where the new neighbor lived, with his elephant.
George, what are you doing? George, don't spy on our new neighbor, please. How about when I get home, we go up and introduce ourselves like two civilized people? Civilized monkeys. A civilized monkey and his person.
The afternoon was a long time to wait to meet the elephant. A neighbor. Now what was that elephant up to?
What? What's wrong? George, there is no elephant with a chainsaw upstairs.
Actually, an elephant with a chainsaw eating crackers, but George wasn't going to be picky.
I'll be home later. Remember, no bothering the new neighbor who is not an elephant.
The new neighbor wasn't an elephant. He had an elephant. George felt very misunderstood. Why, the elephant must have gone out too. Well, that thing would never fit inside the apartment.
there be a chainsaw in Mabel's? So many things made similar sounds. How could George figure out what he'd been hearing upstairs? For George to be certain, he had to go right to the source. That sort of sounded like his neighbor, but not really. The man with the yellow hat was right. George hadn't heard an elephant. But then, what had he heard? That was the sound. So the upstairs neighbor has a Galapagos tortoise that's been wrapping gifts and making juice. George, I'm gonna say this one more time. There is no way...
Yes?
Hi there, we're your downstairs neighbors, and...
Oh, so nice to meet you.
George!
What's he doing?
I think he's looking for your, elephant.
My what?
Oh, we heard some loud sounds. Very loud sounds.
Very loud. Oh, I am so sorry. Sometimes I get carried away working on my art.
Art?
I am an artist. I do murals. I mix my paint here. Then I use these rubber stamps I made. Here's one of my completed works.
Oh, we also heard something like a bag of rocks dropping. Do you use rocks in your work?
No. Oh, that was a bag of groceries. It fell off the counter.
What on earth is that? Sounds like an elephant finger painting. Huh? It does.
Sometimes it's tough to explain what makes something really, really funny. And sometimes it's not. And, after that, I decided to only wear yellow. Oh, that? Yeah, that's my lemonade stand. One summer, I got a new soccer ball from running that stand. Which reminds me, there's lemonade in the fridge if you're thirsty. I just stocked up. I am really looking forward to coming home and having ice-cold lemonade. Be a good little monkey. Those shorts were a gift from my grandma. George wasn't thinking about funny shorts now. He needed a new soccer ball. And if a lemonade stand worked for the boy with the yellow hat, it could work for George. Hey, George. Whew, it's a real scorcher, huh? Oh, you want a lemon crate? Sure, go right ahead.
George now had his very own lemonade stand. This was pretty easy.
Whew. Wow, is it ever hot? Hey, is that lemonade? Thanks, but I can't drink all that. Don't you have any cups? That's still a lot. How about... There, that's a good amount.
George never knew you could make 1 cup of lemonade into 2.
Delicious. Let me give you a little something.
What a great business. George wondered why everyone didn't have a lemonade stand.
Here you go. Thanks.
He wasn't sure how this was going to work, but George wouldn't give up while he still had lemonade left. George didn't speak dog or cat, but he knew begging when he saw it. He couldn't give them too much, because this lemonade was going to get him a soccer ball. But Sharky and Gnocchi didn't know George's plan. They were just thirsty.
Ooh, I'd like some lemonade. Or maybe not.
Can I give you some advice? People prefer unlicked lemonade.
George decided to set up where no one knew of the licking incident. George, I sell the same lemonade. How would you like it if I came to your house and did monkey stuff before you could get to it? Unfortunately, some people didn't want competition. Some people were just too busy.
Hey, we have a present for you. A brand new soccer ball. Wow, you guys are fantastic. Let's go play soccer. Let's go. That's great. Thanks for the ball.
And some people had soccer balls. George was ready to quit. But he decided to try one last location.
There you are, Sharky. I've been looking for you all morning. Hi, George. Oh, is this your lemonade stand? Are you making much money? Huh? Oh, you have to charge money, George.
Now George realized what the man with the yellow hat meant. He earned money and bought a ball. But if George was having trouble giving it away, how could he get people to pay for it?
Hey, did you hear? An iced tea truck sprung a leak at the zoo, and the elephants drank it all.
I heard it was on its way to the construction site. Now those poor workers have nothing to drink.
You know, they must be the hottest, thirstiest people in town.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Boy, it's hot.
Get your lemonade fresh from the monkey.
Lemonade?
Lemonade? Well, thank heaven for monkeys.
Thanks, monkey.
Wow, business is great here. Okay, next floor. Get your lemonade.
This is really good. Thanks, George.
Oh, this is some lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
lemonade to buy a soccer ball, and there's no one left in line.
Excuse me, is that lemonade for sale? Hey, there's some more lemonade. Come on, guys.
Four more thirsty customers.
George only had 2 more glasses of lemonade.
4 more, please, George.
The monkey's out of lemonade. Where else can we go?
George remembered how to turn 2 cups of lemonade into 4.
Good job, George. Half the size for half the price.
Thanks, George. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it's everything I hoped it would be. The monkey really makes a difference.
Wow, we made a lot of money today, George. We sold every last drop of your lemonade.
But it wasn't George's lemonade.
I am really looking forward to coming home and having ice-cold lemonade.
He had to replace it before the thirsty man with the yellow hat came home.
George, where did all the lemonade go? Did you take our lemonade out for a walk? Oh, yeah, I noticed our soccer ball was flat, so I got a new one.
It worked. George ran a lemonade stand and got a soccer ball. And the man with the yellow hat learned how to make lemonade come out of George's nose. Most mornings, George went out on the porch to find the paper. This morning, the paper found George.
Sorry.
George wished he could be a paper boy someday. But he didn't even know how to ride a bike. Not yet, anyway.
This? Why, this was my bike when I was a boy. I sure had fun. But it was a long time ago. You want to try it? Yeah, it's gonna need a little work first. Now to blow up the tires.
This was something George could do. He'd blown up lots of balloons.
No luck? Let's try this air pump. Be my guest.
George liked knowing the man with the yellow hat was holding him up. By the third day, he rode so fast the man with the yellow hat couldn't keep up.
Very good, George. I think you're ready to ride on the road. Now remember, always watch where you're going, stay on the right side of the road, and signal turns, like this for left and this for right. That's it. Oh, and be a good little monkey cyclist. Bye-bye. Like most cyclists, George loved the wind blowing in his fur. For the first time ever, he was even faster than bunnies.
Wow! Great trick! Sorry I came out so fast, but I'm gonna be late for school. Hey, could you finish my paper route?
Trusted with a paper route. It was like George's wish had just been granted.
Every house on the road gets a paper, including the houses across the stream.
Yes, George had become just like a real paperboy. Nothing would stop him from completing his route. The last time they came to the stream, the man with the yellow hat made paper boats. George thought he remembered how. His boat was so good, George decided to make a whole fleet.
Well, hello. You must be a paper boy. That's an important job. Looks like you've delivered them all but one. Another day's hard work almost done, eh?
George couldn't wait for his newspapers to be sun-dried. George had promised Bill he'd deliver all these papers. If it didn't get done, Bill could lose his job. Maybe the man with the yellow hat knew where to get dry papers. But George forgot to watch where he was going. Fortunately, he was wearing a helmet. Unfortunately, the bike was not. The walk home was a long one for George.
Hi, George. Are you looking for someone to repair that wheel? Not me. No, not Leslie. Come on. You think you could get George's wheel rolling again?
I know I can. I think we can fix this.
It seemed to be going well, but George felt he should help. A wrench. George knew how to use that.
That looks good. Now, let's fix these spokes. Terrific. Next, we check balance. That looks good. Now the tube. All right. Aha! Just needs a patch. Where's that wrench? Oh, thank you, George. All we
need now is some air in the tires.
George hadn't helped as much as he wanted to.
Perhaps one or two minor adjustments.
He did, however, know how to use a pump.
Oh, you're welcome.
George rushed home to tell the man with the yellow hat about his paper problem. George, I have a surprise for you. Oh, George, Bill came by. Apparently, some people didn't get their newspapers today. Yep, one lady saw a duck riding in a newspaper boat, but it wouldn't get out and let her read the headlines. Suddenly, George remembered he hadn't told the man with the yellow hat about his paper problem. Hey, hold on, George. How about we just buy a few dry papers and deliver them right now? And so, George was able to finish his route just like a real paperboy. Maybe I should buy a new bike for myself, too. Sorry. Summertime, and the city was trapped in a heat wave. A real scorcher. But there was one city dweller who was not hot. George was in the country, where things were much, much cooler. Oh, whoa! You call that a cannonball? I'll show you a cannonball! George loved the country. It had lots of great stuff the city didn't have. You could hear frogs croaking. You could feel the breeze from a hummingbird's wings when it spun around the flowers. At night, you could see a sky full of stars.
What you doing, George? Stargazing? No one knows exactly how many stars there are. Not even scientists.
That's when George thought, maybe it's time somebody found out. And since scientists would probably be very grateful, George decided he was just the monkey to count all the stars. The most important rule in star counting was keeping track. George marked each star down on his pad. The two most important rules in star counting were knowing the difference between stars and lightning bugs and keeping track. Third rule, the other two rules don't matter if you don't stay awake. Because when you come back the next night, you can't tell which stars were counted or uncounted. So last night's count can't count. And you have to start all over. The only solution, counting them all fast before you fall asleep. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But George wasn't fast enough.
Morning, fellas!
Oh, hi, Bill. George was up late counting stars.
Too bad you can't count them now, huh? They're always there, you know. We just can't see them on account of the sun being so bright.
George wasn't so sure about that. He wondered what really happened to stars during the day. Maybe they slept. Or maybe they got blown out like candles. And then again, maybe there was a guy named Lenny who just pulled a switch. Wherever they went, you can't count something that isn't there. George wasn't gonna quit. There had to be a way to count stars and go to sleep too. He just had to figure it out.
The big upside-down cap. It could be a placekeeper. He could count the stars below it until he had them all, then move to the other sides. He had a system.
Oh, is that it for the night, George?
Soon, George had made real progress in star counting. And since he had a system, when they got to the city, he'd keep counting right where he left off.
Well, big hot city, here we come.
The city wasn't just hot. It was the hottest day in 5 years.
Phew.
Oh, I can't wait to get into the cool, air-conditioned lobby. Whoa. Hey, it's roasting in here. Is the air conditioning broken?
Nope, I'm not allowed to use it. And I have to ask you to keep yours turned off in your apartment, too.
Well, too many air conditioners running at once uses so much electricity, George. It can cause the power in the whole city to shut down. And that's called a blackout.
Who cared about heat when there were stars to count? Only there weren't any. Maybe stars were only in the country, like mooses.
It's kind of tough counting stars in the city. They're up there, but we just can't see them. Really? It's like trying to count stars during the day. There's too much light. We can't turn it on, George. Don't want to knock out all the power.
At least his star counting pad was good for something. George was too hot to sleep. The one time he could have stayed awake, and there weren't any stars to count. People had their windows closed, and their air conditioners were on. George could hear them hum. With all those people using air conditioners, it couldn't hurt if George turned theirs on. He'd only turn it on just long enough to cool a little monkey. There was only one thing for a monkey to do at a time like this. Hide.
George? George? The power's out. George? Where are you? George? You up here? Uh-huh. Hi, Compass.
George tried to tell the man with the yellow hat how sorry he was for wrecking the city's electricity.
Oh, you think the blackout is your fault? Oh, George. It takes more than one little monkey to cause a blackout. I hope.
Oh, hello. Just came up to check on the pigeons. This blackout's really something, isn't it?
Uh-huh. George thinks it's his fault. He turned on our air conditioner.
I thought it was my fault, too. Honey was so hot, I turned on our AC. Then the lights went out. But the radio said it was really caused by ants.
Ants?
Carpenter ants chewed through some poles in Ohio, and the lines went down.
Well, George, there's one good thing about a blackout. You can use this.
George hadn't even thought to look up. This seemed like even more stars than they had in the country.
That's not the only good thing. These'll melt with the freezer turned off, so I guess we just have to eat them.
You found the Big Dipper.
George settled in for a good, long, relaxing star count. It was a special day for George. A visit to the museum. But first, a stop at Piscatty's for a sweet Sunday treat.
George, they're not going anywhere.
Cannoli. A brown, crunchy shell with a delicious filling.
See? 2, just for us. Hey, Gnocchi. You have your own house now?
Someone's looking for cannoli. The last 2 got taken.
I'm sorry. I don't make any new cannoli today. I'm too upset.
What's going on?
Mio caro Gnocchi. She has been sneaking into the main room and scratching up at the seats. It's a disaster. You see? Look what she has done. Can you believe a little gatto, a sweet little kitty, could do such damage? I must ban Gnocchi from the restaurant.
Oh, well, we saw the house you built her. It's very nice.
Grazie. I plan to add a second story, eh? Oh, that is Gnocchi. She wants to come in. Oh, I feel terrible.
She only wants to come in because you say she cannot. Oh, typical cat. This kitchen is in torment. I suspect there will be no cannoli until this problem is solved. Back outside.
Don't worry, George. I'm sure they'll solve the problem.
At the museum, George was too distracted to concentrate.
Professor Wiseman.
Hey guys, welcome to my new exhibit. It's called How Great Scientists Got Their Great Ideas. These are portraits of some great scientists. Isaac Newton, Benjamin Franklin, Marie Curie,
And Albert Einstein.
Once you think like a scientist, George, you can solve almost any problem.
George had a problem. He wanted cannoli.
You know, scientists think about problems and get ideas to solve them. They observe, then collect information. And if that information doesn't help solve their problem, they observe more and get a different idea. Oh dear, excuse me. Young man, get down from there.
George wondered what great scientists would do if they were monkeys who had no cannoli because Gnocchi had scratched the booths.
I say, do we know for certain that she did it like the chef believes?
You must think about what you observed.
George did see Gnocchi scratch the door, but could she have scratched the booth too?
What you observe does not support the chef's idea about Gnocchi making the scratches.
If George could prove Gnocchi was innocent, Chef Piscatty would be happy, and George would have cannoli.
Oh, I love cannoli.
George had to observe more. Gnocchi was thrilled to be back in the restaurant. Now she could go back to her old routine. George needed something to draw on.
Waiter, could we get some garlic bread?
Huh?
George needed to measure both sets of marks.
I guess he doesn't want us filling up before the meal.
To measure the marks on the door, George needed something longer.
I think he's a restaurant critic. He's taking samples of the pasta.
The scratches had depth, too. How could George measure that?
Where's that side of ravioli?
But I just cooked it.
Waiter, could we get some water?
Now he's reviewing the ravioli.
He seems to like it better than the spaghetti. That he just dragged along the floor.
The scratches on the booth were shorter than those on the door, and they were a lot deeper, too. George proved the scratches were different. Gnocchi was innocent. But then, who was making the scratches? George couldn't leave this problem unsolved. He had to find out what was making those scratches. There was no evidence of a bear or dinosaur break-in.
Where is our garlic bread?
We ordered it quite some time ago. I think your waiter is quite lazy.
Oh, I am so sorry. Mi scusi. I will get it now. Oh, he's not the waiter. He's reviewing the restaurant for the newspaper.
Don't be silly.
It's true. He really likes the ravioli.
This scratch hadn't been there earlier. It was brand new.
This is the most thorough reviewer I have ever seen.
Well, that's not a restaurant critic or a waiter. It's a monkey.
A great scientist wouldn't let a problem get the best of him. George had to calm down and use his head.
Giorgio, what are you doing in here?
They know him. He's not a monkey.
That guy was so wrong.
George showed them what he had discovered.
Oh, Giorgio, oh, I love this kid. You are proving Gnocchi is innocent. I'm so happy. I'm gonna make 2 trays of cannoli. Exactly. Cannoli for everyone. On the house. Bye.